Hey guys, it's Jacob here. New Sounds and Old is the channel, and I think I'm maybe one of the last ones to do this, but I finally had the time to show you what I got for Record Store Day 2021 drop number two. Um, this won't take long because, to be honest with you, there weren't that many albums that I really or records that I wanted to get. Um, Normally, my store in Copenhagen has the biggest selection of titles, and they always get a lot of the US only titles in. But just like the drop back in June, their distributor in the US just was not able to get anything, not a single US title, um, to Denmark. So one of the titles that I wanted, not because I'm a Foo Fighters fan, but because I'm a disco fan, was the DG's Foo Fighters Hail Satin album. Only one store in Denmark had it, and that store is a long way away from me. They actually had some copies left that they put online on Monday, the following Monday. But yeah, they were sold out in an instant, and I didn't get it. There were also some other titles, some jazz titles that I wanted. A Roy Brooks title called The Understanding, I think, a 3 disc set, nowhere to be found in Denmark. So we had to make do with the European list, and there uh, wasn't really that much to choose from, basically. And I think that there were only like 4 or 5 crates with records this time around, where there's usually 15 to 20 crates maybe. But there were some that I really wanted, and the number one on my want list was Wild Mood Swings from The Cure, the first ever vinyl reissue of their 1996 album. Um, this is arguably the worst or least good Cure album in the discography, and a picture disc is arguably the worst format. So my enthusiasm for this release is immense, as you can imagine. But I don't have this, and an OG of this. I mean, really, what I want is a black vinyl reissue, um, and that's what they've done with the previous Cure Record Store Day things that they have done as picture discs, except for the one they did last time, which was Blood Flowers. They have not yet released a black vinyl reissue. So, and I'm starting to think that maybe they will never do that. So, I had to pick this picture disc up too, um, and I'm there are some good songs on here, but there's also some of the worst songs that the crew have ever done, in my opinion, on this record. This album followed their 1992 album Wish, which was one of their biggest albums. The one that had Friday I'm in Love, that had High, that had Apart and Cut, and From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea, and so many other killer tracks. And of course, Wish followed Disintegration from '88, and they were just on a roll. And I vividly remember sitting in front of my TV back in '96, watching MTV. You know, when MTV was still showing music videos. Um, because there was this program once a week, I think, where they showed some of the new singles or the videos for the new singles coming out, and they um, had pitched that they would be showing the video from the first single of this album, which is the song called "The 13th," um, which is track one on side two on this album here. And I was just so excited and so ready for some new Cure music, and I think of all Cure songs, it's my least favorite one. It's the one that I hate the most. It's just an appalling song, and I was very um, disappointed, to say the least. The album came out, and I was already in a shitty mood about it, and yeah, like I said, it does feature some good songs, but all in all, it's a poor album. But I got it, and it's on picture disc, and it's noisy as hell, and everything's great. But happy to get this. I will not be spending more than $300 for an OG. If they ever do release a black vinyl reissue, I will probably get that as well. Just so you have the album with a better sound. Um, but yeah, I got that one, and the second biggest one that I had was actually this 12-inch repressing of Carly Simon's 1982 track Y. 1981, no, 1982. Um, this is maybe a bit off from what I usually listen to, but this is just one of the best pop songs ever done, in my opinion. Um, it's written by Bernie Edwards and Nile Rodgers from Chic, and it features on side one the original 12-inch version, 8 minutes and 15 seconds. It has a Chic instrumental version on side B, along with a radio version um, that is just around 3.5 minutes. It's just a killer track, and I've been loving this track for years. I didn't know it. I mean, when it came out, I was only like 5 or 6 years old, but I actually didn't know about it until Spotify, like 5 or 6 years ago, recommended this song in my Discover Weekly uh, playlist, and I just fell in love with it in an instant. And yeah, so happy to get this. I mean, and an OG 12-inch is not too expensive, I think. Maybe around, I don't know, $17, $18 or something. But which is around the same price as this one. But I'm happy to have this repress here. Um, yeah, only three more records to show. This was a relatively poor record store day drop. I also got the Miles Davis Champions album, which of course features tracks from the box set that was done in 2003 or 4 with the complete Jack Johnson sessions. Um, the old classic album Jack Johnson that Miles did back in the 70s. I don't recall the year now. They did this box set in the early noughts with the complete sessions, and this features I think 5 tracks, 6 tracks all in all. But yeah, 5 tracks because one of them is here in 2 takes. I mean, and this is Miles with Jack DeJohnette, Herbie Hancock, Dave Holland, Keith Jarrett, Bernie Maupin, John McLaughlin, Wayne Shorter, and many more. So this is just quality stuff. Obviously, I would like to see the entire sessions that they did on this as a CD box set to be released on vinyl too. I don't really know why they just did this excerpts thing, but that's what they did, and I'm happy to get it. And this is, of course, in a very bright and beautiful um, yellow vinyl. Yeah. By the way, I was first in line for this record store drop. This happened once before. I'm always in the top 10 if you will, but I got there and it wasn't really that early, but just uh, yeah, just in general there weren't too many people excited for this drop here. Fourth and next to last record that I got is the Lou Reed Set the Twilight Reeling reissue. This is the first ever reissue, I think, of this 1996 album. The original one was cut on one disc with the playtime really maximized on the record. This is a double. Or 2 disc set, but with the fourth side is etched. Um, well, I don't actually believe that it's edged, but it's the second record here is a single-sided record. Classic Lou Reed, classic 90s Lou Reed, noisy, loud, great lyrics. Yeah, Great album. And finally, I got this one from Bill Fay, and this is the album called Time of the Last Persecution. So Bill Fay is a British singer-songwriter who did 2 albums back in the early 70s. This is his second one from 71. And then he just sort of disappeared. He got dropped from the record label. He started doing a third album, I think in the late 70s, but it didn't come out until 2004. Actually, when there was in the late 90s, there was a big interest in Bill's original works, and they were reissued on CD, and that gave him a bit of attention, and so he had a chance to release a third album in 2004. I think that he still releases stuff even though he's in his late 70s. And an original of this one, I mean, this was reissued in 2013 by the label Four Men with Beards, which is somewhat affordable. An original for this one is over $2,000. Yeah, happy to get this. I didn't know about Bill Fay, I have to say, before Record Store Day, but as I was going through the list meticulously, as I always do, I stumbled upon this guy here and read about the album. Couldn't find it on any streaming services, so I listened to it on YouTube, and I really liked it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for Record Store Day 2021 Drop 2. I also got a couple of more albums. I'm gonna show you in a upcoming video, and also I got the 2 records that I will be sending to Rod, the happy hippie vinyl guy who won the lottery this year. I won 2019, and it's only appropriate that I signed up as a volunteer, and I will be shipping records here from Denmark to the States. So I got 2 Danish albums for Rod. One is rock, one is jazz, and hopefully he will like them. Yeah, that's it for this one. Hopefully there will be some more albums coming up. I forgot to show the beer that I'm enjoying for this video. I will enjoy it now after shooting. This is the Rodenbach Classic Flemish Red Ale. This is then also macerated with juice from sour cherries and aged in oak feeders. So it's sweet, it's tart, it's cherry, it's subtle hops. It's a lot of bubbles. When I put this up, it went all over the glass and on my floor, and I'm an idiot because I knew that was going to happen. But yeah. Cheers, VC. See you next time.